Welcome to the channel, my friend, where I go into detail about what life is like in Bentonville, Arkansas. Today, we're going to take a broader look at the entire state of Arkansas and find out what living in Arkansas in 2024 might be like for you and your family. Maybe you're looking to retire in Arkansas. Maybe your employer is relocating you to the state, or perhaps you're wanting to consider Arkansas as a potential place to bring your family for a better way of life. And you're doing your research to have a better understanding of what Arkansas might look like for you and your family. As a real estate broker in Northwest Arkansas, I have the pleasure of helping people move here all of the time from many different states and many different countries and helping them understand what living in Arkansas is like. And again, we're talking about 2024. Most people ask a lot of the same questions, and so I thought I would deliver to you a couple of those questions and give you answers with statistical information to help back those answers up.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
The first question many people ask is it worth it to live in Arkansas? Is it worth it for me to move there? First off, I would have to say, my friend, I'm a little particular biased. I think it is because we've moved here twice. But when people are asking, is it worth it? Worth it, that's an idiom, which means, is it enjoyable or useful despite the fact that you have to make an effort? I'm sure at some point in your life, somebody has said, oh my goodness, you have to go check out the views of this mountainside cabin. It's totally worth it. Well, it's worth it because there's probably a hike or something that you have, some effort you have to put forward in order to get there. So in our context today, is living in Arkansas worth it? So the effort in order to uproot your family, uproot your current situation from maybe some of the creature comforts that you have wherever it is that you're living, in uproot and move to Arkansas, is it worth doing that? Is it worth leaving what you know and moving to Arkansas? So let's talk about that. Usually people want to add their own context to it and say, well, yeah, but I'm moving from California or I'm moving from Florida. Is it worth it for me to leave one of those states or another? I've shot multiple videos talking about leaving one state and moving to Arkansas. The ones that you're seeing around me here can give more state to state specific information. But again, we're talking about what Arkansas is like in 2024. The value of worth to individual people usually boils down to three specific subjects. One, finances. Two, family. And three, their way of life or their lifestyle, if you will. Is it worth moving from this lifestyle to another lifestyle, considering usually those three factors? Arkansas, being one of the most cost-effective states to live in the United States, is one of the main reasons why a lot of people move here, my friend. But we have to look at specifically, which we will later on in the video, as to what that cost of living might look like. If you're looking for specific cost of living calculators, check out Forbes.com. They have a cost of living calculator. You can plug in your specific city and then type in maybe a city here in Arkansas that you might be interested in looking. As far as health and healthcare, those are a little bit two different things. In regards to healthcare, if you go online and look at Arkansas's healthcare in regards to ranking, Arkansas usually ranks 47th, 48th, so not a very good healthcare system in Arkansas. But my friend, do you live in the entire state or do you live in one city? So again, as we're looking at statewide content, consider maybe a specific area like Northwest Arkansas or the Little Rock area or Jonesboro. What does the healthcare look like in the city or region in which you will be living? As far as health and outdoor lifestyle, Arkansas being the natural state, it lends itself to hiking and biking trails, fishing, camping, all sorts of outdoor activities that you can go out and about by yourself or with your family and enjoy an outdoor active lifestyle. So a healthier lifestyle maybe than a city type lifestyle or an area of the country that doesn't offer those types of activities. Out of those three factors we talked about, again, cost of living, health, and then family. Let me tell you a quick story, my friend. I had a client move here from California not too long ago, and they wanted to be centrally located in the United States. They had one of their children living in Arizona going to school, and they had one of their children who had grandchildren of theirs living in North Carolina. Now, of course, living in California, they could just hop on the 10 and drive across and go to their child that was going to school in Phoenix. But when it came to visiting their family in North Carolina, they had to get on an airplane. And you might be thinking, hey, you know what? It's a direct flight from maybe LAX or Ontario all the way out to Raleigh or Charlotte. but you're also needing to consider the time zone difference. I don't know about you, but where I'm in stage of life, when I'm traveling multiple time zones, it takes me a while for that jet lag to get back acclimated to wherever it is we're traveling to. So when you're going and visiting family from Southern California all the way out to the East Coast, you've got a 3-hour time zone difference. But if you're centrally located, which like my clients decided, hey, let's move to Arkansas, cost of living, outdoor lifestyle, and centrally located. If we're here in the middle of the United States, it's easy for us to hop on an airplane. A lot of times you might have to take a connector flight through Dallas, Chicago, Atlanta, but easier to get out to Arizona and easier to get out to North Carolina, to where, depending on the time of year, you might only have a 1-hour time difference in Arizona, and you only have a 1-hour time difference to North Carolina. It also lends itself time zone wise to not be calling at early in the morning or super late at night and forgetting that simple fact that they're an hour later or 2 hours behind you in regards to time zone change. Before we go on to the next section, my friend, if you're looking to relocate to Northwest Arkansas, down in the comments, I put a link to my relocation guide that I put together for you that also has a few other goodies in it about Northwest Arkansas, some stickers and postcards, what have you. But if you would fill that out, I'll physically mail you a relocation guide telling you more about Northwest Arkansas. One of the next questions many people consider when looking to move to a new area is, where's the nicest place to live in Arkansas? My friend, that's a very subjective question to your preferences. So I usually ask them back, my friend, hey, I really want to understand your question a bit more. Tell me, if you would please, what more do you mean by the nicest place? What does a nice place mean to you? And they usually answer with some sort of mixed bag of, I'm looking for the best schools, I'm looking for the closest access to trails. Where's the lowest crime? Where can I find little to no traffic? As we're going back and forth in that conversation, my next response back to them usually goes like this. You know, all of those factors are very good things to consider when moving to a new area. So I have to ask you one more thing that I could maybe give you an answer is, of those specific factors that you had mentioned, which ones are the most important, and ultimately, what's your budget? So let's break down a few of those factors, my friend, and let's talk about lowest crime. I like to use a website called crimegrade.org, but the source for today's video comes to you from newhomesource.com, and they ranked Bella Vista, Arkansas as the lowest city in the entire state of Arkansas as the lowest crime. Next comes Greenwood, Arkansas, Cabot, Lowell, Bentonville, Farmington, Prairie Grove, Maumelle, Walnut Ridge, and then finally the 10th lowest crime city in the state of Arkansas, according to newhomesource.com, is Centerton, Arkansas. 6 to 10 of these are in Northwest Arkansas. The next factor people consider is, where are the best schools? Well, according to niche.com, let's look at their list. Niche.com is a national ranking website that you might be interested to check out if schools are a factor for you. According to their website, Emerson-Taylor, down in Taylor, Arkansas, all the way in the south part of the state, is number 10 as far as best school districts. Then Conway, just outside of Little Rock, Benton, just outside of Little Rock, Fayetteville schools. Greenbrier comes in at number 6. Founders Classical Academy is number 5 with locations in Bentonville, Rogers, and West Little Rock. Then number 4 is Lakeside near Hot Springs. Number 3 is Greenwood. Number 2 is Bentonville Schools here in Bentonville, Arkansas. And number 1 best school, according to niche.com, is Haas Hall Academy. Haas Hall Academy has locations in Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springdale, Rogers, and Fort Smith. If schools are a factor for you, many of those are in Northwest Arkansas and also down towards the Little Rock area. The next topic of conversation is mountain bike trails. Now, I know what you're going to say. Anthony's in Bentonville, and of course he's going to say all of the Bentonville trails. My friend, I always try to source information from other people. I'll tell you when it's my opinion, but I try to source information from other people because what are they saying? What are other people saying are the best mountain bike trails in Arkansas? According to ArkansasOutside.com, their top 10 list of mountain biking trails in Arkansas go as follows. Coming at number 10 is Little Sugar Bike Trail System up in Bella Vista. Then Devil's Den, which is just south of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Coming in at number 8 is Iron Mountain. Tied for 7th and 6th place is Northwoods Trail System near Hot Springs. Tied with Back 40 and Blowing Springs, which is in Bella Vista, Arkansas. Number 5 on their list is Pinnacle Mountain State Park near Maumelle. Number 4 on their list is Hobbs State Park, which is out in Rogers, Arkansas. Number 3 is Slaughter Pen Trail System in Bentonville. Number 2 is my absolute favorite, which is Kohler Mountain Biking Trails, located 5 minutes that way from where I'm shooting this video, and I'm particularly biased. That's one of my favorite trails. But number 1 on the list, according to ArkansasOutside.com, for best mountain biking trails is Mount Nebo, which is located just southwest of Russellville. Now, I'm going to have to make a trip down there myself. And of course, my friend, if you've been doing research, the mountain biking capital of the world and where the USA mountain biking team is located and does their training is right here in Bentonville, Arkansas. But don't take my word for it. If you're a mountain biker, maybe those are not even one of your top 10. The next factor many people consider is where is the best traffic or where is the worst traffic to want to stay away from. My friend, if you're watching this video and you're already in the state of Arkansas and you're saying, oh my goodness, the traffic is terrible there. Well, let's understand that some of the people that are watching this video might be coming from New York or LA or Houston or Dallas, where their traffic times are significantly higher than ours. In fact, last night I had a gentleman that was talking to me about the commute, about how traffic is terrible in Bentonville. Let's go ahead and rewind the clock 50 years and look at the US population. The current population in the United States as of 2024 is around 336 million people. Back in 1974, 50 years ago, the US population was 214 million. So we have more than 100 more million people in the United States, which would equivalent to more traffic on the road. Let's bring it down hyper-local to reference the conversation I was having last night. I wanted to take a look at the entire county of Benton County. Benton County population as of July 2024 is right around 319,000 people. Rewind the clock 50 years ago to 1974, and the population in Benton County, Arkansas was around 62,000 people. So fast forward the clock, there's around 62,000 people in just Bentonville alone. So yeah, 50 years ago, when this guy moved here, there was only 62,000 people in the entire county. So yeah, if you're relating from 50 years ago, yeah, traffic has gotten terrible. But my friend, wherever you're coming from in the United States, maybe you're looking at commute times of an hour or an hour and a half. And you may be moving to Bentonville going, that's 20 minutes. That's not a big deal to me. So let's go ahead and break down into what I could find was commute times. Where are the worst cities for commute times in Arkansas? According to Stacker.com, I was only able to find 2023 data, and I'm trying to do a video on 2024, so apologize. According to Stacker.com, the worst city for traffic in Arkansas is Cabot, Arkansas, with a commute time of 28.2 minutes. Bella Vista comes in at 26.6. If you've ever driven around Bella Vista, you know there is not a straight shot anywhere. So it's probably not because there's multiple cars, it's because there's no straight road to get anywhere in Bella Vista, Arkansas. Next is Maumelle at 24.2 minutes. Bryant at 23.7, Benton, Arkansas at 23.6, which is commonly confused with Bentonville, Sherwood at 23.4 minutes, Centerton at 22.7 minutes, Conway 22.2, Marion at 21, and Paragould, Arkansas has 20.1 minutes for your morning or evening commute on average. And for those of you that are curious to know, Bentonville, Arkansas's commute time, according to Stacker.com, is 18.1 minutes. So very low in consideration to multiple other places in the United States where many of you who are watching this might be coming from. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Surprisingly, Bentonville, Arkansas is not the most expensive place to live in Arkansas in regards to the state's average. My friend, when it comes to expensive places to live in Arkansas, the number one expensive place, as far as cost of living, is Paragould, Arkansas, which is northeast of Jonesboro on the northeast part of the state, which is 14% higher than the state average. Next in line would be Little Rock at 3%, and Bentonville and Fayetteville coming in at 1% higher cost of living than the state average. Now, I would almost disagree with that just because I live in the Bentonville Centerton area, and yeah, it's pretty expensive to live here compared to other places when it comes to housing and it comes to taxes and some of the other services that are around town. Now, that's total cost of living, my friend. If we were just talking about houses, the top 10 list of most expensive cities in regards to just housing, Here's that list, my friend. Centerton comes in at number 10 with an average price point of $329,986. Bella Vista at 9, Rogers at 8, Fayetteville at 7, Garfield at 6, Bentonville coming in at number 5, Little Flock at number 4, Cave Springs at number 3, Elm Springs at number 2, and last but not least, my friends, the number 1 most expensive city to find a house is also Goshen, Arkansas. You may be saying, what? I've never heard of Goshen, Arkansas. Sure, we've heard of Fayetteville and Bentonville, Rogers and Springdale and Little Rock and Benton, but Goshen? My friend, Goshen is east of Fayetteville, and the average price point per home in Goshen is $679,704. These are all 2024 stats, my friend. The increase of the last 5 years in Goshen was over 60% of what it was from 5 years ago. In comparison, Centerton was 70% higher than what it was 5 years ago, but not as significant as a jump, apparently, as Goshen. Considering these factors, my friend, from nicest place to live to is it worth it at all, you have to ask yourself these 3 questions. What's your budget? What's important to you? And who are you asking? My friend, now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville and Arkansas. Thanks for watching.